Alright, so the book we'll be reading is Wait for Me Yesterday in Spring by Mei Hachimoku, illustrations by Kuka. Alright. 2 years ago, high schooler Kanai rescue the past. 2 years ago, high schooler Kanai left his small island community of Sodashima to pursue his academic dreams in Tokyo. When that life falls short of his expectations, he runs away from home to return to Sodashima and his childhood friend, Akari. But before they can rekindle their old feelings for each other, the clock strikes 6 and Kanai finds himself inexplicably thrust forward 4 days into the future. Worse, he learns that Akito, Akari's older brother and Kanai's childhood friend, is dead. Except death might not be the end for Akito. As Kanai tries to fill in the 4-day gap of his memories, Akari explains he is about to relive those 4 days in reverse. In reverse order, in a phenomenon known as rollback. Kanai himself explained it to her in a past he hasn't yet experienced. Armed with this new knowledge, Kanai is determined to leverage rollback however he can to save Akito's life and Akari's heart. Yes, yeah, everyone has recommended me Spirited Away, but I'm very bad at watching movies. I only watch movies from watch parties. I can't watch movies. I just get so unmotivated for some reason. It has to be with someone. Or others. I just prefer reading. I don't know why. Alright, guess we'll get started. Alright. I need to be very careful to not knock this tripod. Not touch the wire, because the wire is barely long enough. Touch the wire, tripod falls, y'all will see my face. And I might be too beautiful for y'all. I'm kidding. I'm pretty mid. Alright. Elaborate face reveal. Wait for Me Yesterday in Spring. And that's... Wait, let me just turn off the light to stop the glare. So that looks better on stream, but on my end, it looks horrible. As in, I can bear... It's so dark. Wait, why does it look so good on stream? It's so bad. Wait, let me see. Okay, so that's the art. And that says, every day when school got out, we'd go sit and talk down on the seawall. Whiling away the hours until dinner time, he was the only one who could talk to me about nothing and make it feel like everything. Just blinding sparkles. Oh, that's pretty. Not gonna lie, I can barely see it in real life. I have to turn my head and look on the stream to see the picture. So that's Kanai Funami, and that's Akari Hoshino. He's Blue Arrow? Yeah. She couldn't sleep that night, so we stole away into the dormant school building. We sat for hours in that empty classroom, just waiting, just waxing nostalgic beneath the soft moonlight. Waxing, as time trickled through our fingertips. And that's the last of the art. Alright, and there's a table of contents. As we read a synopsis, here happens, goes forward 4 days in the future, and then it just goes back. And then from there. We read the other work from this, Wait for Me Yesterday in Spring. We read the other book from this author, which was The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes. It's gonna be a 4-part series. Well, it's not. They're not related to each other. I believe they'll all be time related, and they all have a theme of seasons and time. So I read the summer version of it already, and if you don't want spoilers, get out. But it wasn't sad. It was emotional, but it wasn't sad. There wasn't anything super sad about it. So hopefully that's the case here. I already pre-ordered the book for autumn, I think. It's called 0 Second Journey, something autumn. And hopefully I'll be reading that in autumn. Okay. I assume y'all prefer this a lot, right? But with the light on, it's pretty. I'm sorry, I need a light on. I cannot read. It's way too dark otherwise. Alright. Honestly, this setup is not too bad. I'm just... do not push the thing more. Oh, light feels better? Okay. I really like how warm it feels without the light. On stream. In real life, it hurts my eyes. Don't destroy your eyes. Yeah. Alright, first chapter. Wait, did we skip the chapter? No, just okay, sure. Alright, let's start. Having anguished and languished till I could anguish no more, I grew fed up with the notion that overanalyzing my anxieties would do me any good and turned my head toward the sky, as if to mark a clean break from this pessimistic spiral. To my surprise, the azure expanse of air above was every bit as clear and tranquil as the serenity of mind I craved. A lone black kite painted figure-8 shapes against the firmament. Its doleful, whining call rang out from on high as it scanned the earth for its next meal. Beside it hung the receding moon, still and placid in the morning sky like a single drop of spilled milk. Get out, Jay. Oh, shoot. Pause. Wait, where did my bookmark go? Wait, I don't remember where my... I forgot to turn off raids. That's why. Rubber band, go. Raid him? Yeah, I don't allow... Y'all need over 2 viewers to raid. Denied all raids. Easy. Alright, we're good. I felt light bulb just magically burnt out. What are you trying to insinuate? Q. It's closing itself. And like before, I'll be just chatting a lot during this since I'm scared of the book police. And Jay, honestly, 2XKO looked really fun. If only I had time. I'll definitely have a lot more time during my weekends at least. After my contract ends in August. Until I accept a new one. Then I'll still be as busy. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways. I sucked in a nourishing breath of crisp coastal air to provide my weary brain with a fresh supply of oxygen. Nostrils now lubricated from the sting of brine on the breeze. I picked up the slightest hint of plum blossoms amidst the usual scent of sea salt. It was the spring before my final year of high school. I was 17. Mr. Big Streamer said you got to have viewers to raid. Okay, by viewers, it's literally just 2. Like, if you're going to raid with a viewer of 1, with 1 viewer, you might as well just not raid and just come into the stream yourself, because it's just you. No, I'm kidding. The reason why I do that is because I don't want to get trolled by offline raids. Because if you do that, it'll probably break the mochi raids with the big crown mochi. It'll just break it, so... I mean, it won't break it that much, but if like 5 people do it in a row at the same time, then it'll probably like overload the code or whatever. So just to avoid that. What was a dang loaf? Anyways, also because of that, I don't know if I'll upload these to YouTube anymore. I'll think about it. I brought my gaze back down to the road ahead and resumed my homeward saunter along the coast while a wave crashed against the seawall beside me. It was by no means the most direct way home, but that suited me just fine. I needed the extra time to think. I thought back to last night. That fateful occurrence that had been the catalyst for all of this, but also an ending of sorts, for me in particular. The reality of it all still had yet to fully set in. I could only play back the events of the night before over and over in my head, asking myself ad infinitum whether this was truly the ending I wanted or if there was something more I could have done. A different choice I could have made, a better outcome. The more I thought on it, the more it began to feel like my mind was being swallowed up by quicksand, each attempt to break free only dragging me deeper into a mire of my own regret. I, nevertheless, continued trying and failing to cram my disparate thoughts into a single cohesive shape that I could wrap my head around, until before I knew it, I was standing outside the door to my house. I strode through the entryway, kicked off my shoes, and headed straight for my room without even announcing my return. I couldn't muster the willpower to do much of anything, so I threw myself down on the bed and tried to expel the unending flood of distressing thoughts with every labored sign that passed through my lips. It wasn't long before the feeling of exhaustion began to set in. It made sense, given that I hadn't slept a wink since the night before last. And also, I hope the audio is good. I did not test the audio before stream, so I have no idea what I sound like. If I'm too quiet or too loud. No sooner had I closed my eyelids than the steam of memories begun to flash against their undersides in quick succession, like a series of slides on an overhead projector. Memories of Akane, and of the past few days we'd spent together. She'd be laughing in one, crying the next, blushing up a storm in yet another. As these images played out against the backs of my eyelids, like individual freeze frames in time and space, I realized just how blessed I'd been to share each of these precious, fleeting moments with her. Just having her in my vicinity, speaking, listening, existing, was enough to make me feel content with my sorry little life. That was exactly why, regardless of the choices I might have made, or the ones I'd make in the future, I swore to myself I'd do whatever it took to. Before I could finish that thought, my mind finally succumbed to my body's pressing demands for sleep, and I lost consciousness. I think that's not good enough, Q. Oh wow, wait, it's just like the Tunnel to Summer. There's a art. Was there art between chapters? I don't remember. Oh wait, Mofa, did you miss it? There was art in the... Here. What is this? And then there's this. And if you don't know what the story is about, Mofu, it's just about a dude going into the future. 4 or 6? 6 days into the future? Or 4 days, I forgot already. And they experience time going back. So they go 6 days in the future, but then tomorrow's gonna be yesterday, but tomorrow's gonna be yesterday, and so on and so forth. And basically, when he went to the 6 days in the future, one of his friends died, so he's trying to stop that death, I guess. This is the first time I remember seeing art in the rain streams. There was art in Tunnel to Summer, though I don't remember if you were there during that. I Am Blue and Pain and Fragile, that had very minimal art. I don't remember if that one even had art. I think it did in the beginning. I don't know, maybe someone else thinks it's bad. Well, if someone does, Q, you're banned for having the wrong opinion. I'm kidding. Alright. Yo, look at that seagull. Yat! I'm sorry. Chapter 1. April 1st, 3 p.m. Yo, April 1st? That's crazy. Don't look at me like that. For the first time in nearly 2 years, I was sitting aboard a small but familiar passenger ferry, letting the slow undulations of the waves rock me gently from side to side. From my seat by the window, I could survey almost the entire indoor seating area. There were 100 and some odd seats on this vessel, if memory served, yet you could count the number of actual passengers on one hand. I glanced up at the old hanging wall clock and noticed that it was 3 p.m. on the dot, meaning it had already been well over 6 hours since I left Tokyo. With my elbow braced on the windowsill for support, I rested my head against my palm and let out a short, wistful sigh. This reminds of the beginning of Weather With You. Has bigger. Mofo, you make me sick. Oh, I forgot to share. So I went to a festival. The other day. And I got stickers. I'm trying not to hit the tripod. I got stickers for my water bottle. And they had so many, it was like a weed binder of stickers. And I got all stickers of my role model. I just want to share. What? No, leave me alone. Okay, what's up, Robo? Oh, it's been a while, Robo. Yep. Tom Nook. My childhood hero. And for having good hearing, dang. Oof. That's a cute emote, yeah. Wait, is that our... Wait, never mind, that's our emo, I'm trolling. I'd run away from home and for a pathetically cliched reason. No less. Wait, this is just like Weather With You. Try as I might to purge the unpleasant thoughts from my mind, they came rushing back after every attempt. I was partially at fault, to be fair. It wasn't okay for me to have skipped out on my spring break supplementary classes, and I only worsened things. I tried to cover it up with a lame excuse when my dad caught me red-handed playing hooky at a local bookstore. I tried to play it off as though the pulpy sci-fi novel I was leafing through was, in fact, teacher recommended studying material for its practical applications of physics concepts. I sleep with your doors locked. Wait. I actually don't have locks on my doors, or for my room. The only doors with locks are like, you know, the entryways and the bathrooms. Those two initial blunders aside, I genuinely believe the vast majority of the fault landed on my father's end of the table. Guess he could leave me alone. As far as I was concerned, the way he lashed out at me as soon as we got home, calling me a waste of his money, a high school dropout in the making, a disappointment to the family, and just a plain old hopeless case, was extremely uncalled for. A lot of it was straight up verbal abuse. I remember with my own parents. My parents are very... just the language, I'm sure. Just the Chinese language. Like, their insults are just very, not okay, I guess. Whoa, leave me alone, y'all. Honestly, should I even show my stickers? If anyone's here in Oregon just finds a random doofus that has like a bright blue water bottle and seeing Tom Nook stickers on it, it's Joker. They know it's me. I knew it was wrong to skip out on my classes. I fully admitted that. It was my father, though, who insisted I take supplementary courses in the first place. I certainly wasn't enthused about the idea of having to spend my spring break in school, but he wouldn't hear otherwise. Yes, he had indeed been footing the bill for my tuition and living expenses, but it was always his idea to invite me to live with him in Tokyo. Yet I simply stood there, eyes downcast, letting him verbally berate me for what felt like hours on end. All the while resisting the urge to call him out on just how unreasonable he was being. That last, almost casual quip he made, I doubted he thought before saying it, to be honest. It was a final push over the ledge. I'm trying to remember what my parents would say back then. It's just the equivalent of stupid kid, and the common stuff is like, I raised you like this and this is how you repay me, like kind of thing. Huh. You don't know how to do anything. Stuff like that. I hate it here. And when you talk back, they say, don't talk back. And they tend to combo you. When you open the marble. And just more of a language and culture thing. Every single time they're changing, and now, I mean, they've mellowed out for sure. You know, getting used to American culture and just how things are different here. Back in my day, I got physically abused by my parents. You're lucky you can't hear. You can't be abused here. That's what they would say if, you know, to downplay their punishments, I guess. I mean, I was a lot more lucky though. Fortunate. I like my parents. Where are we? We read that? I knew it was a mistake to bring you back to Tokyo with me. That single line hit me so hard. It felt like I'd been bashed over the head by a baseball bat. After 2 or 3 seconds of dumbfounded silence, maybe it was longer actually, hard to say, I stomped off to my bedroom and slammed the door behind me, ignoring my dad's incessant yelling. I crammed a few change of clothes and some bare necessities into an overnight bag, and as soon as I woke up the next morning, I ran out the front door more than half a day. I ran out the front door. More than half a day had now passed since the altercation, yet thinking back on it still made me grind my teeth in frustration. Stupid. Okay. I have a thing where I don't cuss, okay? But if there's a swear word in the book, I will say it. Because, you know, I feel like it's doing the literature a disfavor if I don't. Anyways, stupid asshole, I curse under my breath, the hot air fogging up the window pane. I knew it wouldn't do me any favors to keep reliving these events on a loop inside my head. Don't mind me. So I chose to abandon this line of thought and gaze out at the open ocean, its waves shimmering brightly beneath the mid-afternoon sun. We saw, and I was just remembering that one time there was another cuss, like the F word, in like the summer, I think the tunnel to summer, and Jay, I didn't even know Jay was even here, he was just silent the entire time. I think he said like something like, you kiss your mother with that mouth. I just remember that. That was probably the only thing he said that stream. Messed up. Anyways. The deep blue waters were fairly choppy today, causing the little ferry boat to rock back and forth and teeter from side to side. It was actually beginning to make me feel a little bit seasick. Though, it was possible that turbulence had nothing to do with that. I might have brought the nausea on myself, by way of anxiety alone. Oh right, yeah, I didn't look at it yet though, but Fade and Jay were talking about it. Do people actually use that? I haven't looked at it yet. I mean, it's probably way more prominent on mobile Twitch, which I don't have. Well, I do have, but I don't use. I stood up from my seat even so and headed toward the front of the ship to get some fresh air. The moment I stepped out onto the deck, a blustery wind snatched up the hood of my sweatshirt and sent it flapping furiously against the back of my neck. The early spring air felt slightly icy, against my skin, more so than it would without the added wind chill. But it gave me exactly the refreshing jolt I was looking for. The frigid breeze snapped me right out of my depressive cycle. I was already feeling more alive again. They really had it for a while, huh? I looked around, but there were no other people standing out on the windswept deck. With measured steps, I made my way toward the bow, where I leaned toward the railing at the front of the ship, straight ahead of us. I could see our destination, the tiny remote island I once called home, yet hadn't even visited for 2 entire years. Sodashima. We soon made port at Sodashima Harbor. I slung my overnight bag over my shoulder and prepared to disembark. As soon as I strapped off the ferry and exited the harbor, however, I spied someone I recognized walking down the sidewalk on the other side of the street. Though his hair was a bit longer than it had been 2 years prior, I could have recognized that dusky crew cut and imposing stature anywhere. I'd spotted Akito Hoshino. Back when I lived in Sodashima, he was about the closest thing to a celebrity the small island could claim. With the extraordinary athleticism and baseball skills, he single-handedly led our no-name high school's baseball team to nationals at Koshin, an achievement that made him the talk of the town for quite some time. He was the guy that every young boy on the island wanted to grow up to be, myself included. Considering he was 3 years my senior, he must be 20 years old by now. I wonder what he was up to nowadays. We'd had a couple of very brief interactions in the past, so I considered calling out to say hi, but by the time I made up my mind, he'd already disappeared into the ticket office for the outbound ferry. I'd officially missed my chance. Oh well, maybe next time. What are Twitch stories? Is it just clips? Or do you actually have to actively make a story? Let's look up crew cut anime. I'm like a vision of what crew cut looks like in my head, but I might be wrong. I just got buzz cuts. Okay, never mind. I thought there was at least a little bit of hair. Or a bit more hair. I'd make a point to be more assertive in approaching him if another opportunity arose, I decided. I turned away from the ticket office in the direction of the one place I knew would put me up for a while, my grandmother's house. After passing through the few blocks of tourism companies and traditional style inns that centered around the harbor, I headed inland up in the steep and narrow residential streets. Though I was born in Tokyo, I'd spent the majority of my life in Sodashima. I now lived a life indistinguishable from any high school-age Tokyoite. But it was here in Podunk Sodashima I attended elementary and junior high. My most formative years, Sodashima was more of a hometown to me in that respect than Tokyo would ever be. One could practically say that this wasn't a case of me running away from home, but a kind of homecoming. Not that that distinction changed anything. It's temporary pictures and videos that stay up 24 hours. So it is like a story. So it's literally just Snapchats, stories. I see. That's cool. I don't think I'll ever use it. Yeah, I can't. I mean, to be fair, I don't even use social media in general. Like, I don't think I've ever made a story before. So, I can't imagine using it, because I can't even imagine using social media either, so. Speaking of things not changing, I thought to myself as I glanced up and down the streets of Sodashima, noting the surprising lack of much development over the past 2 years. Everything was for the most part exactly how I remembered it. Nothing but old Japanese-style houses lined the streets of these neighborhoods, with nary a modern building in sight. This was a level of eerie stasis that went beyond evoking nostalgia, straight into the realm of mind-numbing stagnation. Post my polls? Like, vlogger? No. I am very paranoid and really scared of getting doxxed. I don't know why. I mean, that's why I decided to become a YouTuber in the first place. I don't want to be recognized. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm introverted too, but yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine being a vlogger. I'm so self-conscious of, like, you know, filming in public. I mean, I probably would be self-conscious. I never tried it. After hoofing it uphill for close to 10 minutes, I came to a stop before a two-story wooden house with the nameplate reading Funami posted on its gate. I was home. As I struggled like always with the rickety door that fit poorly in its jamb, I called into the house, and my grandmother quickly walked out from the living room to greet me. "Welcome home, Kanai," she said, the deep wrinkles in her face stretching and shifting into the form of a broad and soothing smile. She was already in her late 80s, but stood upright as ever, arrow straight. By all accounts, she was extremely spry for her age. Her excellent health was the one thing I was grateful to see had stayed the same over the past 2 years. "Hey, Grandma," I smiled back. "Long time no see." Before I let myself get dragged into a long conversation, I headed upstairs to set my things down. I stepped into my old bedroom to find that everything, my bed, my bookshelves, my desk, was almost exactly the way I left it 2 years ago. The only noticeable difference was that someone had been cleaning it regularly, as that wasn't a speck of dust to be found. My bed had also been dressed in a thinner springtime comforter now that winter was over, which was presumably my grandmother's doing. I've never moved before. I've been in the same house for like 50 billion years. I set my overnight bag down on the floor and then exited the room, heading back down the stairs. I made a quick pit stop in the traditional Japanese-style sitting room to pay my respects at my late grandfather's altar and let him know I'd come home before heading into the living room. I sat cross-legged off on a fork cushion at the low dining table across from my grandmother and cut right to the chase. "So yeah, like I told you over the phone this morning, I'm probably gonna be staying here for a little while," I began. "Because of that little kerfuffle with her dad, I take it?" she replied. "Yeah, wait, did I ever tell you about that?" "No. He gave me a call not long ago, not long after I got off the phone with you. Said you might be heading this way and to keep you out of trouble if you did." "Oh, he did. Did he?" "Sounds like your old man's got you all figured out," she teased, cackling like a mischievous. You know what? Because Wonder said it's okay to say the other version, even though it's not right, because everyone's using it, so it's now right. Mischievous. I like that so. I like mischievous so much better. Saying mischievous just felt so wrong. But apparently that's the correct pronunciation. Like a mischievous storybook witch. That my father had so easily predicted my every move filled me with an odd mixture of shame and indignation. Knew I should run away somewhere else. "Oh, please. As if you didn't have anywhere else to go. Besides, it's not like you have anything better to do with your spring break, do you? Just take it easy here in Soeshima for a while. The big festival's coming up, you know." "I'm not going to that stupid thing, Grandma. You know I hate big crowds." "That's so mean." "Yet you still wanted to live in Tokyo. I'll never understand it." "That's a totally different kind of crowded, Grandma," I said dismissively, picking a mandarin up off the table and beginning to peel back the skin. Before I could pop the first slice of orange into my mouth, I heard the front door rattle open. Not correct pronunciation. Apparently it's mischievous. That's correct. Mischievous is not. But apparently because it's so many people say it as mischievous, it's, you know, that's how language works, and that just became modernized. Or it's okay to say mischievous, as, you know, that's what everyone uses. That's how everyone says it nowadays. It's always been mischievous, apparently. "I'm home." What? Sure enough, it was my little sister Eddie, who now stood in the living room doorway with her mouth agape. Now imagine I was spreading misinformation. Wonder once I get my hands on you. Cue the PNG of chew hands choking out a cat or grabbing a kitten. She'd grown a bit since I last saw her 2 years ago, which would make her 14 now. Come to think of it, her once frizzy braids had developed into something more hip, a low-hanging side ponytail. What drew my eyes more than anything, though, was her sailor-style schoolgirl uniform. My little Eddie had ditched her dorky red elementary school backpack and was now a full-blown teenager. As her older brother, it was definitely a strange feeling. There's a caramel, I think that. Oh, I didn't even know that. Yes, exactly Q. Hey Eddie, I said. Been a while, huh? You back straight from a club meeting or something? Why are you here? She replied tersely, her eyes narrowing. Wow, okay, that's one way to greet your loving brother you haven't seen in years, I guess. Didn't Grandma tell you I was coming? She did. I'm asking why you're here. So true. You know what? Any of y'all pop up into my stream, I'm just gonna say, why are you here? Her words were sharp. It was clear that she wasn't happy to see me, which I could understand. She resisted the idea of me moving to Tokyo to the very last. We left off on fairly negative terms 2 years ago, and I hadn't tried to get in contact with her since. Oof. Come on, don't glare at me like that, I said. It is a reunion worth celebrating, right? Here, sit down and eat one of these mandarins with me. Last time I checked, those aren't yours to give away, can I? Now that one stung. Granted, it wasn't the first time she called me by my actual name, but she only tended to use that when she was extremely pissed off at me. All the rest of the time, it was Big Brother. Anyway, you didn't answer my question, she demanded. What brings you back here to Sotoshima? State your business. I don't have any business. I just ran away from home, so I'm gonna lay low and mooch off of you guys for a while. How long is a while? Maybe a week or so. It's April 1st now, so maybe until the 8th? I see. And why did you run away from home exactly? Did you get in a fight with that deadbeat? I turned back to look at my grandmother across the table, but she shook her head. Apparently, Eddie had guessed that one all on her own. She was a sharp kid. Had no reason to lie, so I fessed up. Yeah, that's about the size of it, I replied. You got it in one. See, this is exactly why I tried to stop you from going with him. I told you that man isn't right in the head. Yeah, well, you may have been right about that. Definitely regretting it now. Have April Fools in Japan? Do they? I don't think I've seen it used in any anime or manga. Not any that comes into my head. I don't think so. Your lie in April should have just been... The ending should have just been on April Fools and it was just all a hoax. And then a happy ending. That would have been peak, right? No, you're sick, Q. Harry? My grandmother couldn't. Stop calling your own father a deadbeat. Eddie puffed out her cheeks and scowled at the rebuke. Well, I'm not gonna call him my father, that's for sure. Not when he hasn't done anything to deserve it, she grumbled. I could definitely understand why Eddie was coming from. Where Eddie was coming from. Originally, the four of us, me, Eddie, my dad, and my mom, all lived together in Tokyo. When I was 6, and Eddie was barely 3, our parents got divorced because it came to light that my mother was having an affair. I never heard all the dirty details, but suffice. Well, there you go, Wonder. But suffice it to say, my mother had completely lost any potential attachment she had to her family. She was more than happy to voice full custody onto my father. Can you believe he spoiled your April reboot ending? Ooh. I've read the script, I'm sorry. Oh, cheating. Never been in a relationship, so I never cheated. Never been cheated on, that ain't a thing. Never even heard of someone doing that I know of. But that sounds horrible. I mean, it is horrible. I can't believe like no like. Can you sue each other over cheating? I guess only if it's like if you're married. Mind you, I wasn't sure whether my father actually wanted custody of the two of us or not. I prefer not to think too deeply about that. The fact of the matter was that he didn't waste any time in sending us to live in Sotoshima with our grandmother while he stayed in Tokyo, where he proceeded to neglect us altogether for nearly a decade. I totally got why Ellie felt he was a deadbeat, seeing how he hadn't lived with us since she was practically too young to remember. To Eddie, he was hardly any different from any old stranger off the street. I never felt that way about him myself, at least not through my junior high years. When he asked my 8th grade self whether I'd be interested in going to high school in Tokyo, I took him up on the offer and moved to the big city right after graduating from junior high. To be clear, though, my decision had less to do with me wanting to rekindle any sort of father-son relationship, and more to do with me becoming just generally disenchanted with Sotoshima. On the whole. Come on now, Eddie. Have a seat with me, my grandmother pleaded gently, and Eddie obliged, staying down right beside her. I'm going to go brew some tea for you. You kids feel free to catch up a bit while I'm gone, okay? Eddie nodded silently as my grandmother pushed herself up and headed over toward the kitchen. I sat across from my sister, who was now hanging her head low in shame. She had always been a huge grandma's girl, so it probably came as a shock for her to be chided like that. As far as Eddie was concerned, Grandma and I were the only family she had, so it made sense that she was so desperate to stop me from moving to Tokyo. I actually felt quite sorry for her when I framed it that way. I'm just checking the time. I'm probably just gonna stream for 1 more hour. I know it says page 27, but I'm pretty sure we've only read like 10 pages. Because it was just a bunch of blank pages and chapters and art. Nah, come on, don't let it get you down, I tried to reassure her. Say the guy who started it. This sucks, she pouted. Why don't we change the subject? You're in junior high now, huh? Hard to believe. Doing any sports or after school activities? The first quiz was like 11? Yo, we read 15. Thanks, Wander. Like you even care. How come you never called or came to visit in the past 2 years? If you're so curious about my life. Wait, it shows the date and time of the page? I think it stays like that because that's a chapter. I don't think it actually progresses. Yeah, it's still 3 p.m. The chapter names are like the day and I guess an arbitrary time or the start of the chapter. It would be really cool if if this is 3 p.m. and the next one's like in 10 pages says 4 p.m. That would be really cool, but that has a lot of work. After you're insane, well, I just exposed all of their queue. Where were we? Well, I mean, it felt kind of awkward, you know? Especially after you fought tooth and nail to stop me from moving to Tokyo. I'm not sure you'd want to hear anything I had to say. Wow, I didn't know you were such a wuss, she sneered. Yes, talking to people can be pretty awkward sometimes, Kanai, but that doesn't mean you should go cutting a family member out of your life. I can't believe you're so dense. We're not even talking common courtesy here, it's just common sense. Sheesh, do you really miss me that much? Huh? She scoffed. Are you stupid? Of course not. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You have a chronic case of always picking the worst possible thing to say in any tough situation. I'm guessing you probably don't have many friends over there in Tokyo, do you? She said, Sundari. I mean, if you cut off... Okay, I don't have siblings, so actually this is completely unrelatable to me. My stream cut out the last, like, 3 minutes? Whatever. I don't have a sibling, so it's unrelatable. But if you cut someone off for 2 years, someone that's like family, and that you've gone along well, due to like a dispute, I guess moving away is a pretty big dispute though. How you would feel very neglected, that sucks. I don't know though. Because I know there's like people with like siblings that are really close together, and then there's people that barely know their own siblings despite living together for so long, or they hate each other. So I don't know. Oh, that's probably the loudest part of the stream is me cracking my fingers. I'm so sorry. I crack my fingers so much. Excuse you? I snapped, more annoyed that she was right than anything. Look, I'll admit that I should have tried to stay in touch. Sure, the same can be said for you, you know. You knew my phone number. You should have called me up whenever you wanted, but you didn't. Like a crackling plastic bottle. Oof, my fingers are plastic bottles, huh? Sorry. Why should it be my job to reach out to you when you're the one who ran off and ditched us? Anyone with half a brain would agree that it was your job to bury the hatchet. Can I? You really don't have a sensitive bone in your body, do you? Bone crunch ASMR. For my reading streams, I used to do ASMR. I mean, I didn't do ASMR. I just have it as the ASMR category. Because I just read quietly, like now. Should I do it like that? I just placed that just chatting this time because I want to. I don't know, because I think it's more okay for me to talk while I read. Bone mentioned. This has nothing to do with me being insensitive, and you know it. Anyway, would you quit saying my name in that condescending tone of voice? Kunai. You sound stupid. It's time for you to grow out of this little rebellious phase and go back to calling me big brother like a good little sister. Or should I say big brother? No way, still exactly like this. Ew, what? You mean when I was like 5? Don't make me puke. If anyone's going through a rebellious phase here, it's you. Are you a little old to be running away from home because daddy made you mad? Shut the hell up. You don't know what happened. He forced my hand. Oh, please. You probably just got caught skipping school and he called you out on it. It wasn't school. It was just a supplementary course, okay? Would you two knock it off already? My grandmother's booming voice reverberated like a clap of thunder as she re-entered the living room, carrying a tray of some cups in the small teapot. Eri, stop trying to get a rise out of your brother like that. What? No, he was the one that Eri stammered. And you, Kanai, you're our older brother. You're supposed to be the mature one here. You can't let yourself be easily provoked. Fine, whatever you say, Grandma, I sighed, then stood up from the table and headed for the doorway. Where are you going? She called after me. To cool off for a bit. I replied without even looking back at her, then quickly slipped my shoes on and stepped out the door. Your hands look bigger than last time? There's no shot. You get his Granny's face. It's easy to be a neutral party, just saying. Bro, my hands look the same. Okay, these look big because actually the reason it looks big I think is because wait, why? Also, is it because of the camera? Is closer up? I don't know. What's the genre? Romance drama probably. I don't know if there's gonna be a romance. I forgot. I posted the genres on an announcement. No, it's definitely closer because the table's smaller, so I can't elongate the legs of the tripod. Romance of Grant. Itra, you're about to get banned. And it's sci-fi in the sense that there's a small time travel. It's not like, it's just like the gimmick of the novel. It's where they're gonna go into the future 6 or 4 days in the future, and they're gonna go back in time, and tomorrow's gonna be yesterday, so time's gonna progress backwards on a day-to-day basis at least. I didn't read it. It's the synopsis. It's the back of the book. Or that, yeah. Okay, that's only the second half of the synopsis though, because it didn't let me fit in the entire thing. It's too many words. Dude, this is the first stream of it. It doesn't fit. Why are you... Wonder ban yourself. Be multi-bot? Get his Yeah, it's pretty hard. Oh, I copy and pasted. I think I did type it manually for one of them though. Because I couldn't find it online. For some reason. This was more of an obscure book maybe. It was probably the 5 centimeters per second side story. Where were we? Dang, I hate ring streams. I can't get my first. That's the only thing. Get wrecked. I took down the shrine. Well, I sure didn't waste any time making things awkward. You know what? Just roll a dice, or not roll a dice. Just go on like the random number generator between 1 and 8. If you get 1, that's horrible luck. Ban yourself. If you get 8, VIP yourself. An arrow fortune, yeah. Or just do an arrow fortune. Oh, wait, you're talking about me. Wait. No, I can't. That's too much work just for me to do for rating streams. That happened very rarely. I got 2. Ooh. Hey, you write that one feels weird and pull that one? That's very fun. Honestly, I think we do have... I swear we have like... Not like the Japanese kind, but like the Chinese kind. Oh, that was when I was a kid though. I don't think we have those anymore. I would have asked my mom. No, actually I can't. My mom's gonna yell at me for like really using it for stream. And will slap me. Nah, that's too much work. Nah, that's actually not much work. Get you those spin wheels? Oh, I don't know what that is. A spin wheel. But no, I don't like doing sub goals or like throne and all that stuff because I feel bad getting money, extorting money from y'all. I shouldn't call it extort. Yeah, I feel bad. Which number was good? The higher the number, the better. So 8's good, 1 is not good. Wait, that's even more creative. Oh, so what's spin? We're buying it for us? No, I feel bad. Like, what if, like, okay, I'm busy, I can't stream every week anymore, once a month, and yeah. I just stole your money. I stole everything. So I just don't like money related obligations kind of thing. But I'll buy with my own money though. Definitely not a sub goal. But I'll take a look at it. Maybe after stream, I don't know. I got a 3? Me? I rigged it? That's Google or whatever application you use. There's no way. Collection input of 15 cents. Yo, I have a license, but I don't drive. I never go out. I don't drive for work because it's so much easier to take the bus. Because where I work, you have to pay to park. That's horrible. Is it an investment? Rolls eyes. No, I don't want y'all to invest in me. This is just a place to hang out. Go try with the fishes. I'm more of a sleeping kind of guy. I want to sleep with the fishes. You know what? If y'all want to support and invest into someone, invest in Mofu. Even though they don't stream anymore, you should invest in them instead. Because that's the lore, apparently. Alright. You're already distracting me. Give me all your subs? Okay, wait. Okay, that's too much. The lore? It's so dumb. I don't want to say it. It's so cringe. It's that Mofu. Wait, what was the lore? I forgot. But basically, Mofu. There was a Mofu is a god, whatever, shrine god. But apparently, they let a group of villagers down or whatever. and they rebelled, and Mofu ran away or whatever, and lost their power because all their followers, that villager was me, oof, and all the followers, lost faith in Mofu. The Lord should be paying me because I got kids. Well, you shouldn't have a kid if you can't pay for it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. Anyways, the lore, and then Mofu found me, I guess, like, after, like, desperately running away. And, years have passed, it's like the modern world now, they found me, and they're, like, really weak, and I'm a shrine maiden or whatever, and they're trying to figure out a way how to, like, regain their powers, or regain, like, faith, or followers from humanity. And I was like, people use, like, Instagram or social media nowadays to do that. Or it sounds like social media. So that's how I wrote Mofu into streaming, and I'm streaming to help Mofu get their power back, basically. Is the lore, but so cringe. No, don't call them a god. But yeah, that's why the best luck from the Omikuji is favored by Mofu, favored by the gods or whatever, instead. You stop that, Mofu. Bonk bonk. Wait, why do you have to pay? She's the one who needs us. I mean, you don't have to, but you could. It's like how shrines RL, you could make an offering. Oh wait, okay, no, you stop that. Okay. Wolf was actually swooping in and trying to steal all my followers. I'm kidding. I keep getting mid fortunes. Okay, no, it's just luck. Like, you have a 50% chance of getting something bad, and 50% chance of getting something good. Well, not actually 50, but you know what I mean. Alright, stop distracting me. Back to reading. Well, I sure didn't waste any time making things awkward, I muttered to myself as I made my way back down the hilly roadside outside our house. How ridiculous was it to have gotten myself in another argument less than an hour after I arrived here. Oof. Was that not the point? I know what we're talking about. Add other fortunes shrine goblet? I added good luck. There's 3 good luck ones. Favored by Mofu, good luck, and a master stroke of luck. There's 3. And some people have gotten VIP'd. Shiki got VIP'd, Fry got VIP'd twice somehow. No Q, it's not Q, it's cringe. It's so bad. I don't want to talk about the lore ever again. I'm kidding. Only 3. What do you mean? No. I had 3 good fortunes. These 3 got 1%. Okay, no. I can show y'all the code. It is completely. Fry of all people has been blessed. I hate that happened. I can't believe. Fry has done nothing to show their faith in me. They just come in here and yap about the weirdest things and dip. But somehow they're the ones blessed by Mofu. I don't know. Fry's faith in me, there's no shot. If user Ichiro gives me, honestly, that is a thing I could do. I wouldn't though. I wouldn't do that to Ichiro. Wait, I could do that to someone. Like, this person only gets the bad fortunes if this is the user that redeemed it, and just saying, "Oh man, better luck next time." That's not like something I'd read. Maybe I'm reading right now. Oh no. I muttered to myself as I made my way back. Wait, I read this. How ridiculous was it to have gotten myself another argument less than an hour. I arrived here, Era was 100% right about me, and there was the proof. I didn't want to admit to her, so I got heated and tried to deny it. Since days was a good fortune, It's all luck, okay? I can't be biased towards one of y'all. It's not up to me. It's up to the RNG gods. Shrine Goblin. I was kind of a loner at my high school in Tokyo. That was already the case when I was at junior high here in Sotoshima though. So I couldn't blame it purely on the culture shock. My relative lack of social skills meant I didn't have many friends growing up. But then in 8th grade, there was an incident where I stood up for another classmate who was being bullied that caused the cool kids to start ignoring me and spreading nasty rumors behind my back. Excuse me. Eventually, even the bullied kids I'd stood up for jumped on the bandwagon out of fear that they might turn their attention back on him. It was at this point that I first developed some, admittedly pretty mild, trust issues. Dang. You get a complaint box. They better look. Never got always heard. Well, never feel always shatter. Okay, if y'all don't know, my very first chatter was just some dude saying, "Hey, how's it going?" And I didn't see that chat message until like 30 minutes later. And I was just quiet the entire time. I didn't know how to stream. I was so shy and introverted. When I saw, I was like, "Oh, hey, if you're still there, hello." He was not there. He gave up. That was my first chatter. Point at me. What else? Let's say something. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Whatever. Best Twitch streamer. Still, it wasn't as if I learned nothing from that unfortunate experience. I just thought about best streamer. I'm a horrible streamer. I don't do anything to market myself. Or whatever. Like when Fates asked me, am I gonna try harder with streaming or put more effort into streaming? I'm like, I don't think so. But like I would like post on social media, YouTube, TikTok, edit videos. Do I want to do all that? I don't know. Maybe when I have more time, that's something I can think of. But I miss the lovely stays. I think that's coming back next week, hopefully. I'm probably gonna put it back next week. Someone, Fade and Wanda were yapping about yesterday. Love me, I love your first match. I thought this dude was a frat bro compared to old V. I'm so much more confident. Granted, when I first started shooting, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I didn't even think about being a teacher. I was just clueless in college, thinking, I don't know what I was doing. 100-part YouTube shirt, no. On the weekend, maybe? I don't think so. Don't you have some work to do during the weekends, Mofu? But yeah, I don't know how to edit videos, so I don't know. I'll think about it. I figured that into place. Oh wait, the most important lesson my junior high years taught me wasn't anything from a curriculum, but that insulating yourself in an echo chamber of people who are too afraid to speak or go against the grain only breeds narrow-mindedness. That was why I was so eager to take my father up on his offer to move me to the big city. My primary goal was to get away from insular, single-minded Hiroshima. I figured that in a place with as much diversity as Tokyo, the city I'd originally been born in, I was sure to find somewhere I could belong, some group of people who would accept me into their niche. Alas, those hopes were quickly dashed. I'll edit your videos for free. Sorry, Ichiro, my humor is different. When I edit my videos, I'm gonna show naked Jinbei's cat choking out Sanji. I'm gonna show all the memes, share all the down bad memes I have. They have ROTC on the weekend. I can't catch a break up in here. Ooh. Give me a chance, Luffy. I mean, Mofu's offering themselves. But do you really want to do it for Mofu when Mofu hasn't done anything for you? Not like I've done anything for HR either. I'm applying for Oscar John Reserve. Sheesh. For free, as long as I don't get time pressure. Aren't you really busy, like with the military reserves and everything else? And I would feel so bad. I mean, personally, I can't let you edit for free. I can't do that. And I also can't pay you either. So what's up, Wonder? We're gonna take forever reading this, by the way. Oh, wait. That's amazing. That's so cute. Aww. Having pain will add to your stress. Yeah, but personally, I can't. I can't do it to you. And if I do upload videos, I won't tell y'all, by the way. It's probably just gonna be really, really short form videos, because I don't have enough space on my PC and my internet sucks. It takes like 5 bajillion years to upload a 10-minute video or 20-minute video, or to even edit it to download a 5-hour VOD. It's gonna take 5 years. Alright, anyways. At first, people at my new school were extremely interested in me because my remote island lifestyle was something they couldn't even fathom. Their curiosity didn't last for very long. My natural awkwardness shined through soon enough, and my difference in life experience made it hard to relate to my fellow classmates. So I gradually became an outcast all over again. Then, after I failed a few tests in a row, some students started treating me as though I was some illiterate country bumpkin. There was nothing good about my time there. I persisted anyway, in the hopes that one day I'd meet someone who would be willing to accept me the way I was. Yo, this is me with relationships. I just pray there's someone that I'll meet who will like me the way I am, just magically. Instead, my frustration continued to build and build. I grew more and more impatient, and with the incident last night, it all reached a boiling point. I knew it was a mistake to bring you back to Tokyo with me. When those words left his mouth, it felt like the entire city of Tokyo was staring at me, ridiculing me for thinking I would ever fit in. I couldn't bear to stay a moment longer, so I ran away to my grandmother's house in Sotoshima as quickly as I could. Now here I was, running away from the place I'd run away to. You're not praying enough? Maybe I should give you money instead? But the money smelled, ain't no way. Got more money. Funny enough, I got more money as a college student. What do you mean by that? Animal food, no. Bonk. I'm saving my money for... I don't really use money at all, so... I just have it sitting there. I don't really... My hobbies barely... I rarely use money for my hobbies. Like, just games and books. Please, I would get... What? That's even less of a reason why I would give you money to enable your gambling addiction. Just stop that. Oh, this is only 2 days a week and mom's still doing the same. Ooh, that's lit. I never got an allowance from my parents. Man, I want to go home. Wait. I'm just gonna read this because I don't remember. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We didn't leave it there. Man, I want to go home. Not to Tokyo nor Sotoshima. To some undefined concept of the word home. To some place out there where I could feel like I belong. Where on earth that place might be. I didn't know. Probably somewhere beneath cool linen sheets on a brisk spring morning, where I would sleep the day away in spite of the world. While I knew full well that that was a pipe dream, I still didn't feel like going back to my grandmother's house anytime soon. Luckily, there was plenty of daylight yet remaining, so I decided I'd wander around the island for a bit. When are we pulling on Moolah? Not on stream. I'm not pulling on stream, I'm too lazy. I'll be pulling after stream. Unless y'all really want to see me do it on stream. That'll be so sad. Wander, roll his eyes. I remember that my parents support me 100%. The internet's good perspective. Dude, my choice? No. I'm doing it off stream. If y'all want a video made, I don't know if I'll even do videos. But definitely I'll do it on my own. Unless I can like backseat someone. I don't take money anymore. But no, thank you, Ishra. It's very nice of you. What does HMU mean? Yeah, oh, you answered it yourself, yeah. For Hui? For Wu Hua Hui? Oh, it is Wu Hua Hui. Yes, I am. Because I have Ling Yang, and apparently the new character works pretty well with Ling Yang. And I really need a third team. Because I don't even have one proper team. I guess I do. I only have one proper team. I am old. People laugh, people giggle, people point. To be fair, I've never used the word hit me up. None of my friends ever used the word hit me up either. With these iPad kids. Okay, hit me up was before iPad kids though. I feel like hit me up is just like a texting thing. Ever since texting got invented or whatever. Hit me up on League? Okay, Wonder. I'm gonna hit you alright. Pow. Wait, hold up. Wander? This is you. Pow! Ah, shoot. It didn't show me slapping it on on the stream. I slapped it off stream. Anyways, it died. Hit me instead? Nope. Look on polls? Yeah, thanks. I'll take this place. Do I have another one? I don't think I have another small plushie. Yeah, it's just the ones I've shown. Oh, I got a good fortune one. I got this one. Got yeeted across the screen. Here's how it's set up. Did I not do it? Okay, yeah, I can take it after stream if I remember. Because right now it's really messy because I moved out things a lot for the reading thing. Me building this table was so annoying. It took so long. I'm never doing that again. I'm getting my furniture from IKEA next time, it's easier. On stream live or it didn't happen? No. I'm so scared of doxing myself. Or not doxing myself, face revealing. I don't know why though. I mean, I guess I don't really feel bad for face revealing. I don't know. Make sure you lock in. No. Yeah, I have a lot of plushies. Or not a lot. Okay, you know who has a lot? Mofu has a lot. I can't even say I have a lot because Mofu has like 5 bajillion. I have like 8. Mofu has like freaking 25 or 50 or something. Actually, I need to get water. BRB real quick. And then I'll just stream for an hour and then I'll just end. I'm not pulling on stream. You know what? I should probably just take a break. I need to use the restroom too. I don't have a good camera. Ooh. And to keep your face hidden so you can stay up for content. I don't know how you should I rather see Gap. Wait, what do you mean? How do you rather see Gap? You're not talking about mine, right? You are horrendous. Just know it's a bakery down there. Churro's hair cutely. Hey. No. The Phoenix Cat, there's no shot. He's not being the zero. Yeah. Allegations. No, I'm a. Oh wait, so your doors? How strong do you think they are? Honestly, the doors are really weak. Like inside the house. My entrance door, like sure, that can work. But inside the door is the same door since like the house was like made like 50 years ago. It's pretty. Like if you just ran into it, it'll probably just break. Okay, maybe not. But yeah. What else am I gonna share? Nothing else. I got nothing. Back to reading. I always forget where I left off. I moped around feeling sorry for myself for a while, until eventually I came to the concrete path that ran along the coast. There, I was greeted by a powerful gust of saltwater wind that made my little hair stand on end, both on the back of my neck and inside my nostrils. As with most small islands, the winds around Tsushima were pretty intense all year long, mainly due to the lack of any significant land barriers to impede them. The open ocean was where strong winds were born after all, which made Tsushima a sitting duck right in the middle of the tempest. Hold up. I'm just trying to see how long is the first chapter. 50 pages. Oh, we can do it. We'll just do 50 pages on land stream. Which would it be? Probably the one I just showed you. Well, for me, it would probably just be the Lucky Fortune one, the red envelope one. My Pusheen ones, my Pokemon Piplup one, my bread ones, I'm keeping them. That Lucky Fortune, that can go away. Wait, I just realized you pinned out edit reveals for free. What the? Wolf was mad interested. She rubbed the corners. Okay, now we're way behind. As I walked along the shoreline bracing against a blustery gale, I eventually came upon a young girl sitting on the waist-high seawall. Her legs dangling out over the ocean as she gazed in longing toward the mainland. She wore a thin, slightly oversized sweater and a pair of plain, black, comfy casual pants. Heckin' windy. It is. Her washed-out chestnut hair was stylized in a shaggy mid-length bob, and I could tell, just from seeing her face in profile, that she had a smooth bronze complexion. Except I already knew that her hair was only so washed out because of chlorine bleaching, and that her skin color was not the result of any artificial tanning, but the natural pigment she'd been born with. Her name was Akari Hoshina. She was the younger sister of the island's star athlete, and also my best friend growing up. Huh? I started to call out to her, but then stopped short, because as the first syllables were leaving my lips, I noticed that there were tears streaming down her cheeks. Every time I see the word cheeks, I imagine Gyat. I'm so sorry. There was something okay, I can't read this word when it's when it's separated like this. So it's captivatingly natural about the way she was crying too. She wasn't sniffling, wasn't making any attempt to wipe her tears away, and hadn't even blinked as far as I could see. Yeah. I had to second guess whether calling out to her now was truly a good idea. Still, I couldn't very well walk right past and pretend not to notice her. So I slowly walked up behind her and called her name once I was a few feet away. You're down, it. Put me down! Akari? I asked. She immediately whirled around so fast that the centripetal motion soon sent teardrops flying off her cheeks. Kanai-kun? She said, gasping with genuine surprise as she shot up to her feet on the raised part of the seawall. What are you doing? Whoa, careful there. Perhaps due to how quickly she stood up, Akari lost her balance right away and nearly fell backwards into the ocean. Thankfully, my emergency reflexes kicked in. I shot forward to wrap my arms around her thighs. Her thighs, which were at eye level, and pulled her back in. For a split second, I could feel her body heat against my cheek. I can't read it seriously. Very much so intense the mold, a little fuzzy. Hold up. This guy's so lucky. Even through the thick cotton fabric, as soon as I made sure she'd regain her balance, I pulled away with urgency. That was one brash maneuver on my part, even if it was just to make sure she didn't hurt herself. As I stood there desperately praying that I hadn't made things 10 times more awkward, she hopped down from the seawall and brushed sand off the butt of her pants. Sorry about that, she said. You startled me, is all. Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't have stuck up on you like that. You alright? Yep, a little frazzled. But beats falling to my death. Thanks for the assist, she grinned teasingly. She didn't look like she was planning to jamming my face between her legs against me. This book's dangerous. As I let out a sigh of relief, I remembered what I meant to ask when I first saw her. Hey, Akari? Not that it's any of my business, but were we just crying a minute ago? Huh? Oh, yeah. My pollen allergies have been really acting up lately. You know how it is. Kinda annoying. But what are you gonna do? She rubbed the corners of her eyes with her fingertips as she tried to laugh it off. Dang allergies. But it hadn't looked like a case of pollen allergies to me. I was convinced that there must have been another reason she was crying. Maybe over something bad that happened. Today, even if that had been the case, I wasn't brazen enough to try to drag it out of her. Especially when this was our first time seeing each other in 2 years. I decided it might be best if I changed the subject. Well, so long as you're doing okay, I guess. Anyway, it's good to see you again. Yeah, good to see you too. We haven't really seen each other since graduation, have we? You home for spring break? Damn. Yeah, more or less. Planning to be here in town for a week or so. Cool. Plenty of time to get a little R&R in, right? What's R&R? Yes. Yep, that's the idea, I said, uninterestingly, then looked down at Akari's legs. Akari's legs. So what's new with you? Rest and relaxation. They're the same thing. Just say rest. I'm kidding. So what's new with you? I'm betting you're still on the swim team? I mean, yeah, what about it? Oh, my voice is dying already. Oh, nothing. I could tell from her thighs. That's all. Trying not to be socially inept. Challenge. Fade. I hope some masculine thighs crush your head into smithereens. Radium and red for what? No way they'd be that. I could tell from her thighs. That's all. No way they'd be that tight if you weren't getting some kind of workout in every day. That is so weird to say. Akari stared at me like a deer in headlights for a solid 5 seconds, and then suddenly burst out laughing. Ah ha ha ha. I'm sorry, what? Who are you, and what have you done with Kanai-kun? Or did all the red light districts over there turn you into a massive creep? You're so sick, and they will. What? Have a good one, Fade. What? Come on. That wasn't that creepy, was it? I mean, I guess I see how you might take it as... Okay, yeah. It sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? Look, forget I said anything. Sorry. As far as they thought it was dirty. Yeah, I thought it was just... I'm glad they did though. That is weird. FAQC not weird challenge. Social sauce. Nope, too late now. I'm calling Kanai the thigh guy. Oh wait, no, never. That's her saying. Okay, no, we're good. That's her saying it. I thought he was doubling down. I thought he was going back for seconds. No, it's just this part. It's just this part. How are you maths? I used to be insane and I'm now trash. I never did calculus. I never smoked calculus. I did pre-calculus. It's just a guy talking about how his like experience in Tokyo and his relationship with his father and family hasn't been that good. What's the solution here? Oh no. Oh no. I'm just gonna do process of elimination. Click up taking a quiz. Minus 12, negative 12. I forgot how these work. I did these so long ago, I don't remember anymore. You know what? I'm gonna do... What? Never mind. I'm not gonna mess with it. Oh, thanks, Fade. Anyway, stop. Anyways, nope, too late now. I'm calling you Kanai the thigh guy. From now on, or how about this? The femur fetishist. Wait, no, I've got it. The cruel connoisseur, excuse me. Ha 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 ha. Please no, I will do literally anything. The two of us sat down the seawall, facing inland this time, and shot the breeze for a good, long while. Akari was not only my closest childhood friend, but also my very first crush. There wasn't a specific moment or anything that made me fall for her. It was more like one of those things that you just kind of realize after a while. Sadly, my hopes came crashing down one day in junior high when I overheard her say something to another girl in her class. Kathy? Oh yeah, the personality is kind of there. Me and Kanai-kun? Not a chance. We're just friends. There are zero feelings there. Believe me. Femur fetishes. I tried to convince myself it was a good thing I found out before I confessed to having a crush on her. I made a fool of myself. Keyword being tried. Oh man, they crushed. After that, we maintained a status quo and never grew beyond platonic friends. Yeah. Until eventually we went our separate ways when the time came to move on to high school. It wasn't uncommon for childhood friends like us to grow apart after a while. How many... Okay, I just remember that one skit where two strangers, they don't even know each other. This dude was just trying to pick up a girl in the middle of the street. And then the girl just responded with, sorry, I'm sorry, I just see you as a friend, and he just walked away. That's it. That's the whole skit. I'm sorry. Anyways. How many people would say their best friend at 8 was still their best friend at 18? Not many. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. For me, it was enough that we could get together and reminisce about old times like this every once in a while. I couldn't wish for anything more. Man, oh man, Kanai-kun, she said, after a while. I've gotta say, I'm relieved to see the big city hasn't changed you all that much. Here I was half expecting you to come back with your hair dyed and a whole bunch of crazy piercings. Please tell me you don't think that's how everyone in Tokyo looks, I groaned. Well, no, obviously. But it's one of the fashion capitals of the world, right? Bet you ran into all sorts of cute girls and models and whatnot, didn't you? I mean, maybe compared to Soshima, yeah? Oh yeah? Do tell. You got yourself a little girlfriend over there, big guy? She asked, running her head to the side to look up at me from below, so she could gauge my reaction. Part of me wanted to say I did, for the sake of sheer bragging rights, but if she were to call my bluff, it'd only make me seem more of a loser than I already was. She would never let me live it down, either. I decided to answer honestly. Honestly, I don't think she will. No. Shin Megami Tensei did not take place in Tokyo. But when they mentioned about Tokyo, I just imagine, Yeah, it got nuked. I'm out here trying to find Gamer Girl bathwater for someone. That game's crazy. And I haven't played yet because I'm scared of what's happening next. Nope, I sure don't. Sorry to disappoint, but my social life over there has been pretty boring so far. Yep, figured as much. Wow, okay. Didn't realize I was getting roasted here. I grumbled sarcastically. Akari snickered. I decided to turn the spotlight on her, even though I knew it wouldn't be much in the way of payback. You haven't changed one bit either, you know that? Really? You don't think? I mean, your hairstyle's exactly the same, for one thing. I could tell it was you from a mile away. Really? I feel like I changed a lot, she mumbled to herself before looking dejectedly down at the ground. If that was really how she felt, then surely something about her must have changed. I gave her another good look once over. Obviously, puberty had done its work on her. That's a weird thing to say. But something told me that wasn't what she was referring to. And on the off chance it was, I had no idea how I was meant to respond to that. I brought my gaze back up to her face, which was when I finally noticed something about current Akari that junior high Akari definitely lacked. A bit of pretty minor detail. There were faint black circles under her eyes. As I stared at them, wondering if perhaps she hadn't been getting much sleep lately, she brought her own gaze up to meet mine, and our eyes locked. The old me would have surely looked away immediately. Hell, I would have expected the new me to do the same, but I couldn't. There was something in Akari's eyes. Some fathomless, murky darkness, as if someone gathered a sky full of rolling black clouds in the midst of a thunderstorm and someone distilled them directly into her pupils. Okay, dude. And it made it impossible for me to look away. Like I needed to find out what it was, or it might consume me, too. In the end, Akari was the one who looked away first. Surely that's not what he actually thinks, right? That's very, that's a cool way of thinking, I guess. Okay, you can stop staring now. This is officially awkward, she announced. Huh? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I flustered, turning away at the embarrassment set in at last. As the embarrassment set in at last, I tried to sneak another peek at her out of the corner of my eye, and saw that her face had gone beet red too. A few moments passed, and then she jumped up to her feet with a whoop, and spun around to face me. Then she tucked her hand behind her back and leaned forward, bringing her face closer to mine. Hey, Kanai-kun? What's up? Have you decided what college you're going to next year? Yeah, U of I. But you knew that already. The high school I was attending now was a feeder school specifically for U of I hopefuls. My admittance would be guaranteed so long as I didn't get held back a grade. I can see the anime pose in my head. I can't imagine doing that IRL. Or someone doing that to me IRL. Seeing that as a third person would probably look so cringe. Yeah, I know. Just thought I'd double check since we haven't talked for a while, you know? Anyway, I should probably start heading home. You guys never had to wait for Luffy's next chapter break for whom you give me a spark notes on a whole 1 hour and 40 minutes of reading. Honestly, we probably did like 30 minutes of reading. Because y'all were yapping so much. I guess I was yapping too. I mean, I'm trying to read as fast as possible. Because I'm trying to finish 10 pages and then end stream. Oh, no one saw that. Popcorn, leave me alone. And technically it's only 28 pages. If you're still here by the end, shoot, should I just stream my polls instead? Because there's no shot. I might stream my Woo-Wah polls instead because both of them got work in a bit. Double homicide? Okay, leave me alone. And after I stream, my polls I'll put in stream. I kind of just want to chill and just chill on Wuthering Waves alone in the darkness of my own living room. Where were we? My admittance will be guaranteed as long as I didn't get held back the grade. Yeah, I know. Just thought I'd double check since we haven't talked in a while, Anyway, I should probably start heading home. Okay, I hope I see you around. Akari flashed me a quick smile, then trotted off. I remained seated there on the seawall for a moment, stretching out my back. That was the first time in a while I'd talked to another person for such a long time, and it felt good. Somewhere in the tiniest recesses of my mind, however, the thought of that darkness I'd sensed lurking in her eyes kept gnawing at my brain. No, actually, you know what, Sofu? You didn't miss much. It was just about main characters running away from home because their dad likes verbally abusing him. They took him to Tokyo, and for 2 years, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I hate you," and ran back to his hometown, an island in Japan called Sotoshima. And then they just had a little argument with his little sister that he kind of cut off and didn't really talk to for 2 years. And now I assume this girl's like a childhood friend or a classmate that he used to have a crush on, but then got friend zoned, or he didn't get friend zoned. He heard her saying that she is just friends with him, basically. Basically, a girl asked her if she would ever confess to him, and then she said, "No, we're just friends." And he's trying to think about how I know it would make you. I'm seeing because we're nonstop. I think she's great. I think y'all shouldn't romance angst, but no, I think they're chill now. I think. And then when he saw her, she was like crying, and then yeah, don't know. And he's really into her thighs, so that's another thing. Let me read a line that's kind of sus. "So what's new with you? I'm betting you're still on the swim team. I mean, yeah, what about it?" "Oh, nothing. I could tell from your thighs. That's all. No way they'd be that tight if you weren't getting some kind of workout in every day." And yeah, he kind of ripped that one out. A word problem? Let me read the line. Go to that. No, stop. For you to go, whatever. I think ray gun is amazing. I don't want any ray gun slander in my chat. I pulled out my cell phone to check the time. It was 5 p.m. I still wasn't ready to go back and face Eddie, so I decided to kill time for a little while longer. I slid my cell phone back into my pocket, Eri's little sister by the way, and stood up, doing a few arm stretches as I pondered over where to go. Then I spied a plum tree in the front yard of a nearby house. Its deep red flowers caught my eye and made me realize I hadn't seen any cherry blossoms yet this spring, since today was April 1st. Ooh, pistol. I don't know, have you seen her perform? If it were me, I'd be mindful, very cutesy, very demure. Y'all are sick. They should be in full bloom, and I knew the best spot on the island for cherry blossoms was the temple grounds outside of the Sotoshima shrine. Thinking that might be a good way to kill another hour or so, I chose to make my way over there. You see how I know the dance moves? Very mindful. You see how I'm not looking like a mess? I don't know what this reference is. there was like so someone posted the dance, and there's that dance move where she was, I guess, trying to touch her toes or flopping on the floor, trying to touch her toes while she was on the floor and doing something, and then the con was just a Magikarp. Was a gif of a Magikarp flopping on land. I feel bad for laughing at that. I took my time walking down the vacant street and enjoying the pleasant spring air. When I passed by the old tobacco shop, I saw a police officer on a bicycle at 12 o'clock, pedaling his way toward me. As soon as he noticed me standing right in his trajectory, he slammed on the brakes. He was one of the few law enforcement officers stationed on the island, a man in his late 30s with an oval-shaped face. "Well, look who it is," he said with a mischievous grin. "Thought I recognized you. Long time no see, huh?" He hadn't changed one bit either. Still the friendly jokester he'd been when he first came over from the mainland. 12 o'clock's right in front of you? But you're right. Man, this guy is so extra. Way back when I was in elementary school, everyone on the island loved him. Kids and adults alike. Yeah, it's been a while, I replied. You visiting for spring break? Man, I miss being a student. What? Police officers don't get a spring break? Heck no, you're kidding me? They work us year-round till we can't take it no more. It's a rough life, believe me, he complained. I was about to make a quip about how he couldn't be that busy if he had the time to stop and make small talk with me. But then he went on. Heck, I just got done handling another stupid call. Oh yeah? Some sort of incident? MC-17? I assume he's 17 because he was talking about that one really cool baseball dude saying that he's 20 years old. Or he's 3 years older than me, so he's 20 years old now. So yeah, so he's probably 17. Yeah, nothing serious though. How long is Tokyo again? I'm pretty sure for 2 years. Because they're talking about being there for 2... I think it was for 2 years. Because he said that he was in no contact with his little sister for 2 years. Minecraft? What the... Yo, MC. Stop. Yeah, nothing serious though. A couple of crotchety old folks got into a bit of altercation about the shrine. I had to go over there and break it up. Oh, I was on my way over there now. Were there a lot of people there? A pretty decent number, sure. Also, the Shima Senior Society having a meet up there today. I think they're playing some croquet right now. Shoot. Crochet. Crochet. Right now. That's crochet, right? I have never seen this word. I've typed this word before. I've said this word. But I've never read the word. No? It's not crochet. Is it croquette? I'm gonna cry. Y'all close your ears.
Croquet.
It's croquet. It's not crochet, it's croquet. Y'all can't make fun of me preemptively. When y'all did... If I had a plushie right next to me, I would slap the heck out of it and pretend it's you. Alright, where were we? I gagged suddenly. I lost all interest in seeing the cherry blossoms. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I'd have to be pretty desperate to want to spend my spring break knocking balls through hoops with people 5 times my age, no offense. Ouch, kid. I mean, I get it, but ouch. A long game that... Okay, I know what it is though. Croquet comes from the north... from crochet, which means a little crookie. I'm good. Thank you, Wander. Sofu? You need a gag order. Man, aren't there any events aimed at people my age around here? If they don't start trying to appeal to a younger demographic, this island's gonna be a ghost town before you know it. What's with the declined birth rate and all? Well, I see someone's been studying up on social politics over there in the big city. You want to gag so... Oh my lord. And you need a shower order. You stink. P.U. I've never heard P.U. in ages. There's no way. And Wonder, you're sick. And I lost. So full on. Man, I got hit with the PU. That's a pretty big word for a guy your age, the officer claimed with a hearty chuckle. Alright, I better get going, I said, turning on my heel so that I wouldn't have to endure him talking to me in a manner down to me a moment longer. I walked off in the opposite direction of the shrine, determined not to let my precious spring break go to waste. Dang, he got wrecked. Crop dust? What the? After waving the officer goodbye, me pretending I know what that means, I wandered aimlessly around the island for a while. I didn't want to risk bumping into any senior citizens or even any of my old classmates. So I chose one of the least trafficked roads on the island and began making my way down it. Before I knew it, I was walking through alleyways in between rows of old... Oh my god. Dilapidated houses? When you like walk past someone and why is there a word for that? This part of town was virtually in ruins. None of the islanders I knew ever came around these parts anymore. There had been a fairly booming mining industry on Tsushima about 50 years ago, which apparently increased the tiny island's population by several orders of magnitude for a time. Once the tin supply dried up, though, a majority of the populace moved over to the mainland, leaving entire neighborhoods of empty houses in their wake. Wait, did each of them ever talk about their word problem? Or did the word problem get him? When I was a little kid, every grown-up I knew tried to warn children not to go playing in this part of town, sometimes saying it was too dangerous, other times claiming it was haunted by the ghosts. I'd always been a good boy, and done as I was told, so this was actually the first time I'd set foot on these streets. The further in I went, the more obvious it became that all of these houses had been deserted. There were weeds poking up out of the concrete, and you could tell at a glance that most of these buildings hadn't even entered in decades, let alone lived in. Yet while I grieved for the island's ever-decreasing population, I also couldn't help but enjoy the street's eerily tranquil atmosphere. This kind of absolute peace and quiet always calmed me down, and even more so now that I live in a place where I had to bump shoulders with people every day just to walk down the avenue. Oh, thanks, Isra. How many books has Christine? 6 books more than Prilly. How many books does... Oh no. Is Fade still here? That's a yee word. Together, 76. I mean, just do it. So Christine has twice as many books as Prilly has twice as many books as Christine. So 16, that's 32. 16, 32, that's 48. And 48, so 32, that's 38 again. Wait, 48 plus 38. 38 plus 48. Wait, did I do it wrong? Because 38 plus 48 is 86. I might have done it wrong though. Yeah, I got 86. Ooh, that's awkward. Good luck. Good luck, you're on your own. If it's multiple choice, just do process of elimination. Hey, bro. What are you doing? Let's go one lower. What's 14? 14, 28. 28, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 34. You know what? Wander's got it over there. There we go. Thanks, Wander. And also, Isha, you're getting banned for cheating. I won't be able to do this 8 years ago, I swear. Oh, so right. Oof. That's a big oof. Where were we? There have been a fairly big... Oh no, we were at... When I was a little kid, every grown I knew tried to warn children not to go playing in this part of town. Sometimes saying it was too dangerous, other times claiming it was haunted by ghosts. I'd always been a good... Oh wait, I read that too though. The further in I went, the more obvious it became that all these houses had been deserted. There were weeds poking up on all the buildings. You could tell at a glance that most of these buildings hadn't been entered in decades, let alone lived in. Yet while I grieved for the island's ever-decreasing population, I also couldn't help but enjoy it. The street's eerily tranquil atmosphere. This kind of absolute peace and quiet always calmed me down, even more so now that... Wait, yeah, I've read this entire thing already. Damn, Mofu really cheating too. You're not a math stream? Blame Ishiro. The horse's name is excuse me? Yep, and then 48 plus 28 is 76. You forgot to add the 28 into the 48. Oh no! So it's 10 plus 9? Grow up. I'm dropping out. I saw that the sun was now beginning to set, yet still I pushed onward, heading deeper down to the labyrinth. That's labyrinth, right? Back streets. After passing through a particularly narrow alleyway, I came out into an open clearing where a small abandoned park still stood. There was a rusty swing set, a jungle gym adorned with a big sign that read "Keep Off," and a sandbox full of weeds. All these elements combined to exude a bittersweet aura of nostalgia as they sat there forgotten, waiting for the day they'd be demolished. A day that never arrived. It had likely been many years since the laughter of children at play was heard here. In stark contrast to the sorry state of the playground equipment, the park itself was surrounded on all sides by strikingly vivid cherry blossom trees, along with a single massive tree right smack dab in the middle of the park, all of which were in full bloom. Phantom laughed. Whoa, this is crazy. The majestic blossoms were so overwhelmingly gorgeous that they seemed magnetizing, and my feet started moving toward the central tree of their own volition. This is just the cover of the book, isn't it? Each step forward brought its majestic grandeur, and radiant vitality into a sharp, clearer focus, to the point that I genuinely wondered if the single tree might be the true culprit responsible for sapping all the life from this area. It was that breathtaking. A shallow layer of fallen petals formed a moor-like ring around its trunk that crunched beneath my shoes with each successful footfall. As I drew closer and closer, a sudden gust of wind sent a flurry of fresh petals dancing and fluttering through the amber evening skies. For one fleeting moment, the park was draped in a soft pink veil, and the rich scent of cherry blossoms filled my nostrils. It was like several years' worth of spring scenery, all condensed and refined into a single instant. Man, I had no idea this place was even here. Talk about a hidden gem, I stood there, marveling at the splendor of it all, and as I did, I caught a glimpse of a small wooden structure hidden on the other side of the tree. Circling around to get a better look revealed that it was an old miniature shrine, so small that the tip of its roof only rose about a meter off the ground. On its front face were a small set of double... I know what this is. I don't know how to pronounce it. Lattice doors, one of which was hanging open. Curious, I crouched down to take a peek inside, but all that lay within it was a single rock that was about the size of a rugby ball. If Anime Manga do the scene justice, for me, the text, the reading, it does me justice. It does it justice. Does me. I don't know. I just like imagining it instead. But no, I like manga though. Anime? I can't get into anime. Also me. Wonder, don't say it. I have not been watching anime. A deep fissure ran right down the center of it. I could only assume that this was some sort of sacred relic, a stone thought to hold a spiritual power, or at least religious significance to whoever built this tiny shrine to house it. Me neither? Good. For whatever reason, I felt weirdly entranced by the little rock. I reached out a hand to feel the texture of the thin, dark crevice in the middle of it. Just then, an unexpected burst of sound came blaring into my ears, and my heart nearly jumped out of my chest. Even after reflexively pulling my hand back, it still took me a few minutes to calm down enough to realize what it had been. A melody muffled in static. Green Sleeves. You all know that song. It was the 6 o'clock chime that played out over the island's emergency loudspeakers every evening. Still, I was surprised by how close it sounded, so I straightened up and took a look around. It didn't take me long to find the source of the siren. One of the aforementioned loudspeakers was perched. Yo, if y'all don't know Green Sleeves, if y'all know Deluxe Winery from Genshin Impact, it's very similar. It was inspired by it. An interlude. Loudspeakers was perched atop a telephone pole in a corner of the park. No wonder it was so deafeningly loud. I always hated this melancholic melody when I was growing up on the island, and I still hated it now. I didn't like how effortlessly it could pull at my heartstrings and put me in a bittersweet mood, even when I had nothing to feel sad about or to yearn for. The mystery solved, I crouched back down and reached my hand out to touch the stone inside the shrine once more. The blaring loudspeakers had definitely shaken me out, but not to the extent that I lost interest in the strange rock altogether. As the loud melody continued to blare through my ears, I slowly brought my hand closer and closer, until eventually my fingertips landed on the jagged crevice. The moment they did, something electric shot through my body like a static shock, and my consciousness shut off in a single blip, like my mind was a TV and someone had abruptly pulled the plug.